how I run sub 140 half marathon from complete scratch in just 3 months. Like, I'm not kidding. Here's the results. Here's the Strava. Here's the official site. Here's my time, gun time, and cheap time. Bro, if you watch this and you like running, you're gonna set your PR undoubtedly. Just watch this till the end, bro, and wait for the last advice. My personal advice that will actually help me to get there. If you want personal help and accountability, check out the link below. Book a call with me. First of all, we need to realize the goal time. How to set it. You don't even know your starting point. You know your pace. You know how you run. You know your feelings, but how to set the goal time? Run 21K with 80% efforts. Like, treat it like almost a marathon. Prep for it. What I did, I ran 24K at 80% of efforts. It resulted in 2:09. Pace was like 5:25 or something like that. It was 3 months ago, in the end of February. So I roughly understood what my time is. Like, I could get to 145. Because if 24K is 209, then my 21K is something like 255, 250. I just wanted 145, bro. Magic happened. I got 140. And the thing is, my second run was fucking half marathon. Don't do that, but get in it a little bit, get some runs, get some easy runs, and then try half marathon. That was just my stupid fucking mistake. Realistically, you can drop 5 to 10 minutes if you're training regularly and you follow all of the rules I'm going to talk about today. Like, 5 to 10 minutes is absolutely realistic. 5 minutes is fucking easy. I'm going to tell you that. 10 minutes is pretty achievable. How you get into running? I got into running pretty fucking interestingly. I got into running because I broke up. Literally. Valentine's Day, she literally didn't want to go on a date with me. I ended things with her right at the moment when she told me, I'm tired. I cannot go on a date with you. The literal moment, I just put on my shoes. I fucked all that, put on headphones, some Metallica, some hard rock, and I just got my 14 kilometers. First 14K in my life. With pace 5:45, I was shocked at myself. Shit, I've got some potential. And I would have never started running if I hadn't broke up. If I hadn't had that, feeling, that realization that, fuck it, I need to pursue my own things. We need training and progressive overload. Like in the gym. You don't start with benching 100 kilos, right? You start with the barbell, then 40 kg, 60. The same way. We need to get to 5 runs a week. 5 runs a week is the golden spot for all runners to hit sub 140. Sub 140 specifically requires 5 sessions a week. So you need to start from 1. Rome was not built in a day. Then straight away go to 3 because 2 is not enough. So 1 is not enough. 1 is not it. You're not going to build no cardio. You're not going to build no legs, no nothing. 2 runs a week is also not enough. We need to aim at 3 right from the point. They should be easy. So you get used to it, so you adapt to 3 runs a week. And then we progressively overload to 4, to 5, even 6. But I'm going to tell you later on how to manage it. What was my training plan? How I got to that? I'm going to tell you 5 terms that you have to remember. Easy runs, tempo runs, interval runs, recovery runs, long runs. Those are 5 times of trainings you need per week. 80% of your trainings should be easy runs. Easy run is basically when you can hold a conversation at that pace. So you run and you don't feel like it's super hard. You don't feel no efforts, but you're still building that aerobic base. Aerobic base is basically when you run, your body adapts to running in some specific zones. There are zones from zone 1 to zone 5. Those are zones of your heart rate. Ideal zone is zone 2. When you train your heart to get adapt to those efforts to those trainings, but it doesn't get loaded. It doesn't get hurt. So if you know what I mean. We need to get to low resting heart rate. And we need to lower our heart rate overall when we run. So 80% of our runs should be in that pace. For me, my easy pace right now is 5:40. For you, in the beginning, it's going to be fucking slow. You just have to bear that. Tempo runs is a 20 to 25 minute run and a bit slower pace than your 5K. So 5K pace is a pace when you could possibly run your 5K. If you understand what I'm saying. Just run 5K at your full effort, as if you run a race. And it's your 5K pace. Tempo run is a bit slower than that. It builds your speed and endurance at the same time. It just helps you endure that thing. I don't do it that often. I used to do that when I trained for 5K. I run 20-minute 5K, 20-40 to be specific. If you want to know how, click on the link below. Let's move to interval runs. It's a bit more interesting. You'll just alternating between fast and slow pace. You do repetitions of fast runs. Usually it's 5K pace. For me, my 5K pace was 4. There are a lot of variations, but my favorite one is 4 repetitions by 1K. I do 1K, I rest 2 minutes. For me, it's just a walk. Then I repeat that 3 times. There are 400-meter repetitions, 800, even 2K repetitions. 100 and 200 are basically for sprinters. My favorite one was 1K reps because it builds on your endurance and speed at the same time. You get to feel that fast pace for a long, long time. And it helps you to not even feel the half marathon pace. Those 2 speed sessions a week are just completely enough for you. Feel the pace, be faster and run for longer. Recovery runs are just super slow, easy as fuck runs after some huge races, after some, injuries or anything like that. Let's not focus on that. Long runs are a bit more interesting. You need to focus on long runs more. It's basically 60 to 90 minute easy run. Why would I do that? First of all, aerobic base. Again, we're building our heart, our cardiovascular body. When you run specifically 60 to 90 minutes, you build your mental stamina. You've never run for 2 hours, for 1.5 hours. It's just been alien for you. And it's fucking boring. I'm not gonna lie. But that boringness, if you do that every single week, you get used to it. When you come up to the race, it's not even that hard. It's like the usual run. So we need to do them a lot. Long run is usually at Saturday. So how do we calculate? What is your long run? If your easy run is 7 to 8K, you do 14 to 15K long run. If your easy run is 4 to 5K in the beginning, we need 13 to 12K long run. I'm just gonna tell you my long runs. It was from 14 to 18. 90 minutes would be perfect for long runs because 60 minutes is fine for the beginning. But you need to train that mental state, like specifically running more than 1 hour. Let's move to gear. I used the cheapest equipment, but that was enough for me to feel fine as a runner. I don't feel like I'm missing out on something. My essentials are sneakers and shorts, and not cotton shirt. The most important thing here is shoes, of course. You need to buy the cheapest but the most effective ones. Look for sales at the most popular stores, like Nike, like Adidas, like Hoka's, Asics, whatever. I've got my Nike Pegasus 41 on a sale for like $60. That's the best purchase I could ever have. For that price, it's a fucking steal. Then shorts. Buy a shorter ones. Feel like a runner, bro. For me, it's more like a mental thing. If you buy gear that make you look like a runner, they make you look like professional. You're gonna do things professionally. You're gonna perceive yourself as a runner. On the top, you want a not cotton shirt. Like, that's basically the only requirement. Buy a synthetic t-shirt. The best one is oversized. 2 size, 1 size up. That doesn't matter. But it will not make you sweat. That's super fucking important. Like, if it doesn't make you feel uncomfortable, if it doesn't make you hot, then that is the best t-shirt. Cotton will get wet, like, basically in a second. Just run 500 meters. It's basically wet. You would never want that feeling. You can ask me, what about headphones? I just use AirPods. I've heard that they're bad for your ears when you're running. Like, when you're running, your ears are irritated and you turn your music on top. But I don't agree with that. Just make it quieter and just enjoy your music, bro. If music really makes you motivated and energized, fucking use it all the time. Like, if it makes it fun, make it as fun as possible. Let's move to strength training. If you go to the gym, preferably you should go to the gym. Just do your usual leg day. Like, don't overcomplicate that. The one thing I'm gonna tell you, the best exercise for strengthening your knees is pistol squats. I use all the time. I replaced it with squats with like weights. I replaced it with leg press. Like, I just use it all the time. Pistol squats, 4 sets by 10 reps on each leg. It completely burned your legs at the next day. Just use that and never worry about your knees. I do a lot of high altitude hikes. Like, my knees should have told me goodbye like a lot of months ago. But with progressive overload, with slow but increasing intensity and strengthening, I don't feel nothing. Like, by 30 years old, my knees are gonna be even stronger by applying all of that pressure. Do the same, bro. Just use pistol squats. If you wanna know my exact session, or you want your personal help, maybe you want to run sub 50 10K, maybe you want to run 25-minute 5K, I can help you with that personally. Like, I've just gone through that. So let's move to running technique. You need to remember cadence, good posture, long strides. Cadence is basically number of steps per minute. The more cadence you have, the better. Preferable cadence is from 170 to 180. You probably don't understand how would it look like, what is it, but if you just use metronome, and you put the number 170 beats per minute, it's gonna give you beats and you do 1 step per beat. That's as simple as that. But why a low cadence is bad? In physics, if you do the longer step to do the same thing, you spend more efforts. 2 same guys, imagine, same height, same weight, same shoes, same everything. And one does long step to pass 10 meters, he does 5 steps. Second guy does 10 steps. First guy will gas out a lot faster. Like, if they run 5K, first guy will be basically done at 4K. It's not that important. You get all of the heat on your knees when you do a longer stride. So when you do a long step, you don't fall at the center of your mass. Your feet should go under your body, under your weight. But if it goes forward, in front of your body, it gets all of the weight on your knees and joints and muscles. You should avoid that at all costs. Look at your posture, bro. Swing your elbows and go straight. Because when you're crunched up, you get used to that position. Your body is leaning forward, which should not happen. It changes center of your mass. So Always go with a straight posture. I've told you everything, but the main rules are do zone 2, zone 3 runs. Zone 4 and zone 5 are not preferable. Those are sprints, those are strides, 20-second sprints at basically full your effort. Do a lot of zone 2, zone 3 trainings. Build an aerobic base, because the faster you build that, the more effortless your runs would feel. If you run more on easy runs with time, just 2-3 months, it's not even gonna feel hard. Once you build a strong heart, when your resting heart rate is like 45, 48, bro, that's when you're gonna actually go on a run and it feels fun. It doesn't feel hard. Get to love running, bro. Before you hit some PRs, before you get some records, bro, just get to love running. If I hadn't loved running, I would have never run my sub 140. That's just fun as fuck, bro. I just enjoy it. If you still want to compete in running professionally, but you don't like it, there are guys that like it and they have that sports spirit. They're gonna fucking destroy you. So always get to approach it with like passion. Do I like it? And so when you get to love running and when you build an aerobic base, it becomes fucking fun. Like, it's not hard. So next thing is rest and taper before the race. Rest is fucking important. My usual rest days are Mondays and Fridays. Monday, rest or easy run. I started doing easy runs at Mondays just recently. Tuesdays, tempo runs. Wednesdays, easy runs, strength training, or just recovery run. Thursday, interval runs or easy runs. Friday, easy run or rest. Saturday, long run. Sunday, high altitude hiking. Or do some another activity that involves zone 2 or zone 1. Basically, we train almost every single day. You get to that slowly but surely. Rest days on Mondays and Fridays are crucial. Let's move to the taper. If you don't reduce your volume before the race, you're either gonna get injured or you're gonna be sore and you're never gonna feel to your potential. You're slowly reducing your volume 1 or 2 weeks before the race. 2 weeks before, you reduce your volume by 30%, by 20%. If your easy runs were at like 6 or 7K, you do 5 to 6K. You reduce your weekly mileage. I haven't told you about mileage, but weekly mileage is basically what you're striving to. You need to run as much kilometers as possible per week. And in the taper, you reduce that mileage. 1 week into the race, you reduce 40% of your volume. If your easy runs was 6 to 7K, you do 3 to 4K. You reduce your volume to not get injured. Remember, now we need to build a race plan. First of all, plan how you're gonna get there. Bro, never be late. Be earlier than to be late, because you're gonna warm up, you're gonna see the whole place, you're gonna mentally prepare for that, you're gonna have a little breakfast. Never be late, bro. Crucial point, bro. Before the race, you need to carb load. Carb loading is basically when your whole diet is carbs. 80% of your diet is carbs. Why would we do that? Carbs are energy. Energy is stored in your body as glycogen. If you store as much glycogen as possible, before the race, you're gonna feel the most energy. You don't need to eat a whole bowl of rice before you start the race. You need to do that 3 days before. You eat a lot of carbs per day, and it slowly stores in your body. And so, before the race, it's actually full of energy. You need to eat a huge carb meal 8 hours before the race, so before you go to sleep. And in the morning, get a little toast, get a little oatmeal, wherever. Don't eat super hard. Just go out there on the race, and remember, you need to keep your fucking pace. Sub 140 half marathon is a pace for 40 minutes per kilometer. You can do so-called negative split, or you can run at your pace all the time. Negative split is when you start a bit slower. You start at 450 or 5, and then you get faster and faster. On the 5th kilometer, you start to get 440. On 15th kilometer, you start to get 430. And by the end of the race, you run 420. And so, you get to your goal pace, you get to your goal time, and a bit faster than that. Or you basically can run all of your kilometers at 440. But I didn't do that myself. You can check my split right now. I did a negative split. It worked perfectly. All of the runners do negative splits. Let's move to advice. My personal advice. I've never watched it out on YouTube, just myself. Love running first, then overload. Just get to enjoy the feeling when you go outside and you break your PR, you break your interval session. You've never done that fast session. Like, that's fucking interesting, bro. And then you're gonna overload. And then you're gonna add on top. If you add intensity, but you don't actually like it that much, you haven't got used to it, you're just gonna quit and burn out, like 90% of runners do. Run slow, but fast too. Do a lot of your easy runs, but on speed sessions, feel the fun, enjoy it. I fucking love speed sessions. I'm completely gassed out after them, but it's super enjoyable. When you run fast, you really feel yourself as a runner. And when you do more of them, it's just never hard to overload. It's just never hard to get your goal time at your race. The main rule about the race, never start with the fucking crowd. I know, strive to go in front of the line, I understand it. When there's a whole fucking crowd before the line, go as close as possible to the starting line. And don't go with people. Just keep your fucking pace. That completely fucked me over at 10K race. I got to the starting line, one of the first people, and I just run with the crowd. My goal pace was 4:20. They started running at 3:30. I was just done at the second kilometer. I got an injury and I barely ran at 45. Follow your fucking pace. And if you see that some guy around you is running with the same pace, just follow him. Run a little bit behind him, but keeping the same pace. That is the perfect thing. And specifically, do uphill runs and do hikes. Why we do uphills? They get to train our aerobic base. They get to train our legs. It's basically free leg day. And when you run on the ground or at the downhill, it's just gonna feel so fun. It's just gonna feel so easy and effortless. Just try it out. High altitude hikes is basically a cheat code. When you get oxygen deprivation on higher than 2,000 meters, you get to completely fly on the ground. That was everything you needed to know how I ran sub 140 half marathon. If you want the same, click on the link below. There will be a PDFs with everything broken down. If you want personal help, book a free call with me. I'm gonna see you in the next one that you can watch right here.